Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly for the sign of Gemini. This is for September 15th to the 21st. And this video, excuse me, is time-stamped. So you can go ahead in the top of the description and go to the section that you wish and skip ahead if you'd like, okay? So let's just pull out your 3 romance angel messages, finances and career. Let your friends help you. This has come out for almost all of the readings really this week. And playfulness. All right. So time to be a little playful, have a little fun. Don't take things too serious, right? So Gemini, let's get into your animal spirits for the week. You may or may not resonate with these, and that's fine too. Just a little bit of insight as to what energy may be walking with you this week, or maybe resonating or indicative of the people that you will be interacting with this week. These are general readings, general forecasts for the week, so take it as it applies and throw the rest away. All right, we have octopus energy, water energy, scorpion energy, more water, more fire. I automatically think water because, of course, Scorpio energy in astrology is water. But here with the animal spirit, we're talking about fire. And then black egg. This is an ether element, and it's associated with the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra, that area in the chakra system that talks about communication and expression, right? So let's quickly get into these 3 animal cards before we get into your forecast for the week. Octopus energy. Octopus energy is at play when you're dealing with someone who lacks boundaries. This individual is the one who gives way too much information about themselves without any kind of sort of restraint. They also then intertwine themselves into your life as well and your business. So that's octopus energy. If ever you've had a conversation or an encounter with someone, and when you're done with this particular individual, you're left feeling drained, octopus energy was at play. All right. And so the warning here with this card, of course, is that it's time to sort of set boundaries, perhaps set boundaries with someone else who may be intruding into your affairs or your life. These relationships that the octopus entertains get very messy, okay? And so, yeah, this is certainly an energy that you want to stay away from within yourself, and certainly if you're feeling it off of someone, you want to distance yourself. This is certainly your typical energy sucker, right? Then we have Scorpion energy, and Scorpion animal spirit energy is actually fiery. And the Scorpion here, when we're talking about, there are a lot of similar traits to the astrological sign in the sense that this is about death and rebirth here, but the Scorpion animal is very, very sort of protective of its heart. That stinger is always ready to come out and defend itself. Sometimes the stinger stings even though there is no danger, right? So this is how protective the Scorpion is. This is a highly competitive animal spirit, right? Highly competitive. Now, ambitious, yes, but competitive more than anything. So this can be somebody who is involved with sports, a competitive type of sport, an endurance sport. The Scorpion also likes to sort of watch from the shadows. So whereas some animal spirits like to observe the outside while being in the shadow, the Scorpion likes to be in the shadow to sort of protect itself and to hide, right? It wants to sort of make itself less visible and is less concerned with watching those around it rather than protecting itself. And so this is a very, very specific sort of personality, individual. You may be resonating with this, or you may be dealing with someone who's fiery in this nature. The one thing, though, with Scorpion energy is, in fact, that they are very, very loyal and very sensitive at heart. And this is why they are so extremely careful to protect their heart with that stinger. Then we have the black egg, which is associated, of course, with the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra. And here we're talking about releasing obstacles, negativity, releasing those blockages that we have that prevent us from expressing ourselves fully, right? It is a time now to sort of open up your voice, open up yourself, make your own sort of opinions and ideas known. Okay, and certainly when we're talking about interactions with other people, whenever the black egg shows up, it means that it is very important that you open yourself up to communication. Okay, there are important things that need to be discussed for the furtherance of your life, your career, your love, etc. So whenever black egg shows up, we know that a communication is extremely important. All right, so let's get right into your 6 or 8, anywhere from 5, 6, or 8 forecasts for the week, depending on how much time we spend on each one. And again, these are time-stamped in the description, so you can jump ahead or jump around. All right, and let's get right into it, Gemini. All right, first out we have Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and a Chariot. So this is certainly to do with your finances and career. There's an opportunity coming into you. I think you're resonating right now with Queen of Pentacles in the sense that you have a particular status that you've achieved. The Queen of Pentacles is one of my favorite queens in the sense that she really understands what it takes to nurture a business or an idea. She really understands the work that goes into it. She's the queen that has built herself up from nothing, literally, right? And so, you know, there's a lot to this card in a sense. You see how she's looking at the pentacle there as if it is a child that requires nurturing. And so she understands the emotional component to the physical world. Queens are all about water and emotions. With this Knight of Pentacles coming in, though, there's a new opportunity, and it's almost as if it's about to set you on a very new path in your life. This could really, I'm going to say this could be a very new endeavor for you in the sense that for some of you Geminis, you've become quite comfortable where you're at with your level of, with your status or your career level that you're at here with this Queen of Pentacles. But this Knight of Pentacles and this opportunity coming in with it is going to set you on a Chariot sort of stage of your life. The Chariot comes in when we are about to start a new path, go down a different road. This is certainly a road or a path that's going to take you to an ultimate goal, right? That you want to accomplish, because 7 is the number for dreams and aspirations. So the Chariot is certainly going after its dreams, after its goal for itself, something of an ambitious nature, right? But with the Chariot, we talk about preparing the way. So it could very much be that this opportunity comes in this week and you begin to start looking at preparing the way for a possible new path, new goal, or new adventure, certainly within your career. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, and 2 of Pentacles. Again, we have a situation here with money, but this particular situation involves those of you who are in a relationship. So you're in a committed relationship, certainly King and Queen of Swords, and if I did say wands, I apologize. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, the 2 of them, you're either resonating with Queen of Swords or King of Swords, but in any case, your mate is like your perfect match. However, you're both juggling a lot of financial responsibility, right? And in this way, you're both kind of cut from the same cloth. You're very similar individuals, certainly air energy. Swords is air energy, and this is you, Gemini. But for whatever reason, the 2 of you are really having to kind of juggle 2 lives. And it's almost as if it could be that one one of you, it's your career. It's like both of you are juggling two things, but for the purpose maybe of one of your careers. You really need to talk about what's going on. I think that there may be an aspect of pressure here that will begin to boil over. Certainly with the black egg on the spread, this can definitely indicate that this week you guys really need to talk about your finances and career and goals in terms of how you guys progress forward. It could be because you're such similar individuals that you may not be, you're so similar in a way that you're both kind of like dealing with the situation in a similar way, right? But that's not dealing with the situation, if you know what I mean, right? So it's like you really have to both talk about what's going on and be really honest with each other about what's happening rather than just kind of letting it go. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're very similar in that way, so you both are kind of responsible for challenging each other to make sure that you guys are on the right path and on the same page when it does come to your finances and career. We have Hermit, Four of Wands, and Seven of Cups. Some of you have certainly been on a spiritual path as of late. But most recently, you've made a connection with someone. I want to say it's a soulmate connection. It's a very stable connection. It could be that it's really come out of the blue, but you're not really sure what it entails. You're doing a lot of daydreaming this week and fantasizing about what this could all mean, but you're still not really sure, because with Seven of Cups, we're certainly talking about daydreaming about wishes, but they're not really rooted in reality or grounded. You could be dreaming about a particular type of scenario or relationship that's just not realistic with this individual. Four of Wands certainly indicates that the connection is very strong, seems to be very stable. It is a soulmate energy card in the sense that Four is stability, and a stability in Wands or in fire, mutual stability, can indicate the perfect framework for a long enduring relationship. But right now, it's as if the communication isn't there. And again, with the black egg, we're talking about talking. You really need to talk with your person. Don't let these illusions and daydreams that you're entertaining carry too far before you actually find out what is all part of this connection with this person. Although it obviously feels like a strong soulmate love connection, I want to say it's probably fairly new. Or it could indeed be an old connection, right? An old sort of relationship, right? That is kind of coming around again. You're entertaining it again, but still nothing has really been locked down in terms of what it all entails, what the prognosis for the future of this relationship entails. You're definitely coming out of a spiritual period, in a sense. You're coming out of a period where you've spent a lot of time on your own, working on yourself, emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And so you may be coming out of this period with a high sense of optimism about the relationship. But again, until you have this very real communication with this person, you're really not going to know what this is all entails. Temperance, Two of Wands, and a High Priestess. Wow. So again, with your career, some of you have really been exercising a lot of temperance and patience, I want to say. Temperance is certainly having control over yourself, understanding exactly what every scenario that you're in needs. You know, how much of your fire it needs or how much of your water it needs. Temperance is really being in command of yourself, having a mastery over yourself and over your emotions, over your passions, certainly. It is Sagittarius energy. And so temperance is an excellent kind of energy to have in your life now, certainly when you're about to go into this Two of Wands. So some of you are about to push forward with a particular goal or a plan. This goal or plan is probably going to be something that you feel extremely passionate about. For instance, if you're an artist, it will be your art. If you are a civic leader, it will be civic work. Whatever work you do, right? The works that you put your effort into are very close to your heart. They're not just punching a time clock. They are very close to your heart. You feel very passionate about it. And with this temperance coming in, and also this high priestess, you feel certainly an increase in self-confidence. And you feel an increase in intuition, in the sense that you feel right about the decisions that you're making. You feel like now is the time to move forward with your plans. And I think that this week you will start to get some reaffirmation of all of this, because certainly with the high priestess, when she shows up, she often indicates that your life experience will start to reaffirm that your intuitive or your gut feelings or your intuitive feelings are correct, are on the right track, right? And so you start to get this kind of feedback loop of self-confidence, you know. You know what I mean? Like when you're working on your intuitive abilities, and then lo and behold, there's an encounter and you're proven correct, and you start to feel more confident, and then you rely even more on your intuitive abilities, right? And this is all very positive. Ten of Wands, Eight of Wands, and King of Pentacles. So some of you are at a stage where you're about to you're at a point in your life where you're about to end a difficult stage, okay? Ten of Wands talks about the ending of a period in your life where you may have had to shoulder a lot of responsibilities or burdens that have really been obstructing your progression in terms of your own sort of like goals, right? Now, Ten of Wands can be a period where, for instance, you may be raising children on your own, and, you know, it's a burden, of course, you know, it's a responsibility of love, or you may be taking care of a sick relative, you may be in school and working your way through school, or, you know, Ten of Wands, or you may just be at a stage in your life where you have a lot of, you know, different things on your plate, right? And so Ten of Wands can also be a period in your life where you hold on to a lot of baggage that you've accumulated. Self-esteem issues and confidence issues like that. But what we see with the Ten of Wands is that now you're ready to lay these things down. You're ready to let go of either the burden, or the responsibility is no longer yours to shoulder, or you're ready to let that put down these limiting self-views that you have, that you may have held on to, right? The things that may have been damaging to your esteem or your confidence. So this is a very powerful and positive stage in life. However, this week you are met with a lot of miscommunication or maybe misinformation. You get a lot of mixed messages from people. This could certainly be interestingly enough, this could certainly be part of this dynamic here, this scenario here that you're about to kind of come out of. Whoever you're dealing with, it could be that individual or that person or that, you know, whoever is involved with you in this area of your life is now starting to give you a lot of mixed messages. They may be starting to act very chaotic because you're about to come out of this shouldering this responsibility, right? An example could be if you no longer have to take care of someone that you've been taking care of, and now all of a sudden they're being very chaotic, and or they may have said to you, okay, look, I don't need you anymore to sort of shoulder this responsibility. You're just about to lay it down, and now they're coming back with more sort of mixed messages, right? So this week is very confusing for you. You certainly have Ten of Wands energy. You're ready and done, right? And so we have King of Pentacles. Quite interesting. Could be someone in your life who has a lot of authority. This person certainly has abundance and status in their life. And they may be coming in as a benefactor to support you through this like kind of transitionary period. They may also be coming in to help you with kind of like sorting through some of these mixed messages. These messages could be to do with work as well. They could be to do with things in your life to do with your abundance, making money, bringing in money, right? But this individual, I want to say, this King of Pentacles is going to be somebody who kind of helps you with this. Not only could they be a benefactor, but they're also kind of like a mentor personality, I want to say. This could very well be a friend, a very close friend, or a family member, somebody that you know, but you certainly respect them. And you really lean on them to help you. Certainly with let your friends help you. This is a perfect scenario of this person kind of helping you through this kind of very chaotic transitionary period. 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and Death. So some of you have certainly been working very hard. 9 of Pentacles indicates someone who's been just working on their ambitious goals, their career goals, their goals for money and abundance and finance and wealth. And yes, you've been working diligently towards those goals, but ultimately with this 9, we find ourselves alienated. Sometimes this level of abundance that you've worked for, or just the fact that that is all you kind of focus on, can alienate you from deeper connections. You may be sacrificing a love or soulmate connection with someone for the sake of going after these sort of material goals or career goals. And that's not a bad thing. This is a choice, right? However, with the 9 of Pentacles, you kind of wake up usually with this energy, and you find yourself saying, yeah, okay, I have achieved all of this abundance and everything, but now I'm kind of just experiencing it on my own. And so this is kind of an awakening that you're feeling, maybe an energy that you're kind of dealing with right now. And this week you begin to work with others. You begin to sort of like, with 3 of Pentacles, we're talking about working more with others in a group, not being so solitary as you have been here with the 9 of Pentacles, not necessarily being alienated, maybe spreading out and beginning to make a connection, even if it is through work, right? Beginning to make a connection with like-minded individuals, people who seek to work in combination with you. And then I think this will be a change for you. Some of you are going to be changing how you work. This will be a change, perhaps a little change in the type of career path that you've been taking, in a sense that, you know, you may have had a career all this while that was a very kind of, like I said, solitary, but now you're kind of veering into more cooperative work, partnership work, right? You may be working more with communities, okay? And so this is a big transformation for you, certainly with Death coming in. You're going to see, as you begin to kind of go down this path, which is different, that it's going to open up a transformation in all areas of your life. This is the last spread: Judgment, Strength, and 8 of Cups. So some of you have certainly recently, you've gone through a period where you've begun to kind of drop the judgment that you've been holding against certain people, or maybe even against yourself for certain actions you've taken. Judgment comes in when we begin to see multiple sides to a situation. We begin to understand that, you know, it's not always about being reactionary. Sometimes it takes a while to sit back and really look at a scenario from every side and every angle, from other people's point of view. And when you begin to do that, you begin to let go of judgment, and you certainly begin to let go of judgment for yourself as well. It can harken a time of compassion for yourself, not being so hard on yourself, you know, cutting yourself some slack, realizing that you're only human and that, yes, you make mistakes, but that doesn't mean that you have to be judged as a bad person and hold on to these kind of guilt issues, because out of judgment comes guilt, right? And so this is a recent understanding that you've been having about yourself. And specifically, it could be very much about a certain scenario, maybe a social scenario, or a scenario with friends or someone at work, where you begin to sort of understand, you begin to sort of heal a little bit, and you know, you're not so angry about it anymore. You're not holding on to so much about it anymore. And most recently, you're certainly being asked to exercise a lot of strength, right? Out of this judgment comes a higher level of strength in terms of perhaps learning how to quell your emotions, Gemini, learning how to sort of not jump to conclusions, because this judgment has very much been a lesson, right? Now, I want to say this could certainly be in the area of relationships, because you come out of this desiring more. You come out of this with wanting to put some boundaries in place. This could certainly be because of octopus energy. You could have been dealing with someone that was really kind of like sucking your energy, and yet you came away from it feeling really guilty and bad, and you start to realize that you need to be stronger. Certainly here with the Strength card, you need to be stronger about who you let and who you don't let into your life. And so you realize that boundaries need to be set. You realize that your strengths and weaknesses lie in those boundaries, and requiring that people at least live up to a certain standard before you allow them in your heart or allow them too close. Certainly this lesson has come out of dealing with an octopus energy somewhere along the line, right? And you waking up to that and realizing, I don't need this kind of relationship or friendship. This could certainly be a friendship scenario where you're kind of moving away from these type of friends who continue to sort of just suck your energy. All right, guys, so this is it. This is your weekly Gemini for September 15th to the 21st. Of course, if this resonated with you in any way, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below so the rest of the nation can see, the Bow and Arrow Nation can see what you're going through. And you can share your experience of what you're dealing with this week, my lovely Geminis. But for right now, have a wonderful September 15th to the 21st, and I will see you next week for the next week's weekly. Bye-bye now.